Copenhagen, Denmark. Would you please welcome on stage one of two home nation qualifiers from Losby, Denmark. He made it to the last 32 of the PDC World Darts Championship on 3 different occasions and represented Denmark at every single edition of the World Cup of Darts. It's Peachy Per Laursen! His opponent is the number 130 on the PDC Order of Merit. He made it through to the last 32 of the UK Open, aged only 18. He's a former World Youth Masters champion from Hull, England, Rhys Robinson.
But it's life I cannot change. It is deep off in the main. Eminem, sweet like candy cane. Drop the top, pop it, let it bang. For this life I cannot change. Hit it here, deep off in the main. Eminem, sweet like candy cane. Drop the top, pop it, let it bang. Drop the top, play hide and seek. Jump inside, jump straight to the lead. Take a sip, feel just how I be.
3 games down here at the Danish Darts Open, live from Copenhagen. Seen some top quality stuff as well. Impressive displays from Willie O'Connor and Kyle Anderson. 100 average from the UK Open champ Nathan Aspinall. And now our first chance to see one of the Danes in action. The first of the Nordic and Baltic talent. Host nation qualifier and legend of Danish darts. It's Peachy Per Laursen taking on Rhys Robinson. A man who is pretty much half the age of Laursen. In fact, he wasn't born when Per started playing darts. He is a veteran of this game. Won numerous titles here in Denmark, back in the BDO. He's played on the Nordic and Baltic circuit. Hasn't been playing as regularly over the last couple of years, but still a threat is Per Laursen. We will see if the Danish crowds, which will swell over the weekend, have somebody to cheer on tomorrow. It'll be down to Per and Niels Jorgen Hansen on the way this evening, taking on Ryan Harrington. Rob Malarkey joins me in the commentary box for this one. It is Per Laursen and Rhys Robinson.
First leg pair to throw first. Game on.
Yeah, Per Laursen looking to carry on where he left off last night, winning through the host nation qualifying programme, beating Dan Jensen.
60.
Not the former World Cup player Daniel Jensen, but another Dan Jensen in the final round of qualifying. But I suppose just as significant was his 6-5 defeat of Vladimir Anderson, who was
58.
Apparently one of the favourites to go through, but he just had the misfortune of being paired in the same half or on the same board as Per Laursen last night.
Oh, 60, 60. Juggle it about, throw it on the floor. Pick it up, stand up.
140.
As you say, though, Dan, a veteran is Laursen, the first Dane to play in the PDC World Championship. That was in 2007 when he eventually went down 4-3, only 4-3 against Dennis Priestley in round 2. Beat Colin Monk 3-0 in his opener 12 years ago.
79.
It's been a while since we've seen Robinson on the European Tour stage as well, it has to be said. He made his European Tour debut
58.
at the German Darts Championship in 2012. Lost to Taylor in round 2. Phil Taylor, that is, not Scott. And his only other European Tour appearance was a first-round defeat by Brendan Dolan at the long-forgotten UK Masters in 2013. So it's 6 years in the waiting for this for Rhys Robinson. Says he loves playing on the big stage. Hasn't had too much experience of it. And he played 3 matches at the UK Open, but all of them on the minor boards.
84. Rhys require 148.
Well, that question 148 never really got going anyway with that single one. Laursen stepping in, looking at 60 now with 2 darts in hand. So tops for the opener for the Dane.
40. Rhys require 124.
Well, this should have been easier for Rhys Robinson. And now it's impossible.
That first dart again proving his undoing, and really have to watch his step against a player of the experience of Per Laursen.
Game on the first
leg. Found, and it's 1-0 to the Danes.
Second leg, Rhys to throw first. Game on.
That's the biggest cheer we've heard today. No surprise here at the Bromby Haller. Per Laursen
58.
involved in, tangentially, one of the funniest moments I've seen at Alexandra Palace at the World Championship. Coincidentally, also
82.
involved in the man we've already seen today, Kyle Anderson. In that Per Laursen was playing at the 2014 World Championship. Took on Terry the Bull Jenkins, still flying high back then, Terry the Bull. Terry hit a 9-darter against him at Ali Pali. Incredible scenes.
85.
Celebrated wildly. That was I think it was a £15,000 bonus. Might even been £20,000 that he got for that. Terry still lost the game.
98.
Per Laursen managed to beat him, go through to the next round where he played Peter Wright. But Terry went and did his interviews afterwards, and that was sort of, you know, the upside, the silver lining. Wow, look at all this money I've won. And Terry loves his money. Look at all this money I've won for that 9-darter. Well, when Terry was driving home back to Herefordshire later that day, just 2 hours later, in fact, Kyle Anderson hit a 9-darter on that stage in the same tournament, on the same day, in the same session, and immediately took half his money off him before he'd even managed to walk through his front door.
Rhys require 105.
Which don't think Terry found as funny as other folks. Rhys Robinson wants double 16. And gets double 16 for an excellent Sun Plus checkout and a 15-darter.
So let me get this straight. One of your greatest ever Ali Pali moments actually happened on an A road in Herefordshire.
Yeah, that's, yeah.
Great. Love that. Tangentially was the word.
Yes. Partially.
Tangentially was the word you used, Anna. I think you qualified that.
It's a moment that encompassed many places and many people.
100.
Robinson, a man who regained his tour card
60.
earlier this year. Beat Glenn Durrance, incidentally, on day 3 at Q School. Beat him 5-2 as well. That's looking like a good result now in perspective, given everything that Durrance has achieved this year in his seamless transition to the PDC circuit. And that was fairly seamless as well from Robinson.
Yeah, the man from Hull piling in his second 180 of this contest.
81.
Did make the semi-finals of a Challenge Tour event last year. In the aftermath of that, he did say, you know, I feel I'm capable of going places. Of course, at the time, he didn't hold a tour
41.
card, but he backed it up by going to Q School, doing the business there.
What a time for a max. Well, ton 40 gives him a good chance.
140.
The 180 put him in bother there, Per Laursen, but he's given himself a makeable checkout.
60. There you require 120.
The advantage has been surrendered by Rhys Robinson. Missed tops earlier. Misses it again.
Each require 120.
Yeah, and this 1-0 lead that Laursen had is in danger of turning into a 2-1 deficit. Robinson looking at Shanghai for a 2-1 lead and a break of throw.
Wow, 2 bullseyes from there.
51. He required 20.
You can understand it in certain situations, but it looked like there's plenty of the treble 20 to go for.
May well get another chance here as well. May not.
Laursen
Laursen finds double 10 with his last dart in hand, and he's back in front at 2-1, and the Danes are optimistic once again. Just looking at what Robinson did, 8, 9, 10 years ago, are you surprised that he is where he is, or it's taken such a, what seems like a long time for him to, I know he's had a tour card before, but to have the downs and then to get back where he is now to get himself into a position? Are you surprised that it didn't really take off for him
I mean,
a lot sooner?
I suppose that not every player with talent goes on to fulfill their potential when they start off young, and obviously I have to hold my hands up and say I'm not quite sure what else Rhys Robinson's had going on in his life. He could have been training to be a neurosurgeon for all I know, for a big chunk of that. But you only have to look at, there are plenty of players with incredible youth records. You look at somebody like Captain Jimi Hendrix, he won everything there was to win in the WDF and BDO youth system.
100.
He was one of the top boys, World Youth Masters, World Youth Championship, all sorts of things. And yet it's never really happened for him as a senior player, not yet at any rate. And it does take different amounts of time.
26.
I think we're only seeing the best of Ross Smith now, and that's having taken a year or two away from the game and rediscovered his hunger for it.
43.
But if you do want to improve, if you do want to get better and find out just how good you could be, then this is the place to do it. Get yourself on the tour and find out. It might take you a long while. We've seen Willie O'Connor today already, looking very, very dangerous, but it's taken him many years of playing on the tour to find his way to this stage. And there is still plenty of travelling yet to do. Per Laursen, he's going to get another go at tops, and he's missed it a couple of times before. Will he miss it again?
60.
Yes, he will.
Each require 92.
Would have been the first breaker throw in this game. Could go double-double. Yeah, you see, that time made sense to go double-double. Not sure it did, looking at 2 bullseyes from 120 earlier.
Yeah, the finishing's a little bit nervy from Per Laursen.
56. He's showing a full flag, Rhys Robinson.
Robinson just lost his balance before he threw his first dart there, but he recovered well enough anyway, and he's back on terms at 2 apiece.
Well, there's not much between these two guys at the minute. They've held throw twice apiece. Yeah. They've each won a leg with a 20 darter. They've won one with OK legs, 18 and 15 darts. But there you see, Per Laursen has missed a lot of darts at double. And that's despite the fact that Rhys Robinson has piled in 3 180s. It's been a curious contest.
Yeah, 3 180s. Maximum return
60.
on his checkouts, and yet he finds himself level at 2 apiece against a man who's 2 from 11. Curious. Winner to play, Johnny Clayton, in round 2 tomorrow. The Welshman, of course, a European Tour champion last year in
22.
Graz.
Always dangerous, Johnny Clayton, but not somebody you'd say in the best form right now.
Yeah, and he comes into this on the back of that first round defeat at the World Cup as well.
85.
Alongside Gerwyn Price last weekend.
$45. 85.
Per Laursen making his second successive appearance in this tournament. He qualified for this one last year as well. He lost to Steve West in the first round. Good to see Steve West back on the Euro stage this weekend as well, by the way.
Yeah, what
60.
a game that is.
There
Steve
you go,
West and Chris Dobey
142.
finding out tonight. One of the picks of the first round action.
And Larsen's only other European Tour experience, defeat by Simon
40.
Whitlock in the first round of the Dutch Masters in 2012. So he'll want to make the most of this opportunity. Yet to win on the European Tour stage.
76.
And certainly in
There
position
you
to
go,
break his duck
102.
here. Looking at 102.
Can still do it. Can't anymore.
78. Race require 118.
Should look at the 60. Okay. Down for the 19s. Well, I mean, I don't really
82.
understand that route
They
either, to be
require
honest. Reece
24.
Robinson, he's evidently a big fan of the bullseye and using it where possible.
On the 5th leg.
But yeah, he's got his fingers burned to an extent as well.
Throw first. Game
And
on.
on we go. It's 5 legs on the throw.
I mean, he hits the bullseye there, leaves him 68, so he can go 18 and ball again. But
135.
by definition, if you're going to the board thinking I'm going to need 2 bullseyes here, and that is, I mean, you're making life hard for yourself. Sometimes you have to do it. Shots like 125.
55.
You might end up going for 2 bullseyes. A 132, you've got an option. But if there are other routes available to you, maybe they're better. That's 180 number 4, though.
180.
Yeah, he's in control of this leg already after 6 darts.
95. $45.
Well, you'd still fancy Robinson from here.
56.
Especially now.
Reach
6
required,
darts at least for
41.
Robinson to level things up at 3 apiece. Oh, we found it. Double 12. Oh, beautifully done. That'll get the juices flowing. 1-4-1 check out for Robinson. Levels things up at 3 apiece. Might just give him something to work with now.
Well, what a leg of darts. Reece Robinson starts with a 180, ends with a 141 check out. If only there'd been a 180 in the middle of it, we'd have a perfect leg.
100.
Perfect, not a word you would use to describe Per Larsen's flights. Look like they're the same flights that he won the Welsh Open with in 2005.
140.
Looks a bit dog-eared, aren't they? Well, I'll say a little bit.
Dog-chewed.
What, dog-chewed, swallowed,
81.
spat out?
Well, I'm not going to say anymore because I find Per Larsen to be one of the more intimidating characters up on stage. Just his general demeanour on stage. Sure, he's lovely off it.
Yeah. And
66.
with a nickname like Peachy, he doesn't really strike fear into you, does it?
Well, maybe he doesn't need to. Per Larsen, I mean, he's a blacksmith. He
Plenty of irons in the fire then, Dan.
well,
60.
there you go. I mean, he does. I was trying to remember what he works as. I knew it was some sort of really manly. I thought it was like lumberjack or something like that.
But something that requires a lot of hammering,
Yeah.
a furnace.
49.
He looks like a man who goes out to work very early in the morning carrying an axe and goes into the woods and he comes back 12 hours later and somebody has paid him and you're not quite sure what he's done,
100.
but he's done it and you're not going to ask. And again, Per Larsen is not being put under
43.
enough pressure on his own throw. There are a couple of times where Robinson has managed to threaten. He's thrown 180s against the Larsen throw a couple of times, but he's not been able to
60.
back it up with anything around that to be able to get shots at double to win those legs.
Yeah, you could argue he's coming up with good stuff when he perhaps doesn't need to, and
95.
vice
You
versa.
require 100.
Not going 2 tops, is he? No, he's not.
Double 10 after the treble 20.
80.
Misses the target. Chance here for
You
Robinson.
require
Outside chance though it is.
108.
He's getting a lot of darts at tops and 10s, Per Larsen. He's not hitting many of them, though. Treble
well.
19. for the ball. He keeps wanting it. He keeps missing it.
61. You require 20.
That's 3 times now he's found the one with that first dart, and he's just about still carved out an opportunity to finish things off. But once again, it's a 7th leg that's on the throw. No quarter given so far between these two. And it's all bubbling up to what could well be our first match of the day to go the distance.
Well, there you see, 4 out of 14 on the doubles for Per Laursen. Rhys Robinson has only had 4 shots at double in this game, despite the fact he's hit 4 180s. That just goes to show for Rhys Robinson, it is brilliant. You know, a couple of ton plus checkouts, 4 maximums, or there's just not much around it.
$121.
There you see, Per Laursen is holding his throw, but he's holding his throw in 6 and 7 visit legs. Now, they're opportunities for Rhys Robinson, and he has not had a dart to break him in this game.
But sooner or later, you just feel that Laursen won't get away with that.
Well, I mean, you would think, but if Rhys Robinson is not going to take any of these opportunities, he's going to end up sleepwalking to defeat against Per Laursen here.
60.
Because the stuff on his own throw has been okay. 15 darter, 12 darter, they're really, really strong legs. And the longer this goes on, there's always a chance that Per Laursen puts in a good leg on Rhys Robinson's throw, like maybe this one. And Rhys Robinson, it's just taken out of his hands.
Oh, the first dart again is let him down,
70.
but he's recovered well with the final dart.
61.
He's averaging 5 points more than Per Laursen in this game right now, Rhys Robinson. But it may not matter. He's had 2 ton plus checkouts. He might need to produce a third.
45. Rhys require 110.
Slight helping hand there, though, from Laursen down to 116. Robinson looking at 90 with these 2 darts in hand.
54.
A little voice in his head telling him stay there on the treble 20. Couldn't find the treble. Laursen can. He's going to get a dart to break. It's double top. He has not been hitting this. But that changes.
He hits it now, and there is what could be the all-important breakthrough. And he's timed that to perfection. Has got away with it to an extent, holding with 20 dart visits, 19 dart visits. But finally the break of throw, and he's now throwing for the match.
95.
All about timing. Perfectly illustrated there by Per Laursen. Had been getting away with it for
43.
Much of this match, and now Robinson is really up against it. And he kicked off with a 43 there as well, just to give Laursen further encouragement too.
Well, what we've seen from Per Laursen is a plodding kind of performance. Every visit, he's going up there and he's usually picking off a big treble. He might have a loose dart here or there, but some missed darts at double have dragged his average down into the low 80s. Rhys Robinson, it's either gold or brass. It's 180 or a massive checkout or very, very little.
125.
And slow and steady is winning this race, because the occasionally explosive and occasionally dud Rhys Robinson has not been able to do enough consistently enough. And Per Laursen can win this, and he could win it with a 156. Oh my.
Well, that would have certainly got the crowd going had he found that, but nevertheless Robinson needs to find this 138, otherwise it could be good night and God bless, and he won't find the 138 because once again the first dart has gone awry.
57.
And Laursen returns looking at 56 for a 6-3 win and a passage into round 2. 49 required. Tops required. Hit it before. Misses this time.
One match dart missed by the great Dane Per Laursen. Rhys Robinson, is it a good visit? Is it one of the great visits, or is it a dud visit? Well, 20 for tops would make it a great one. And he's got it. He's still alive.
Rhys Robinson.
Well, we had 7 legs on the throw. We've now had back-to-back breaks.
Rhys to throw first. Game on.
But Robinson still has work to do. First and foremost, he needs to hold. And he could do with starting off with something significant here as well. And he has done.
134.
Well, this would be the perfect antidote for Per Laursen after Denmark's hammering by Scotland in the first round of the World Cup last weekend. And of course it would be a long overdue win on the European Tour stage as well. And there's another helping hand from Rhys Robinson. Just the 28 scored.
Well, it's this game in microcosm, isn't it? Rhys Robinson, 134, backs it up with nothing at all. Per Laursen, his 140 is backed up by a solid ton. Yes, Robinson has had a higher average for the vast majority of this game, but he has not been dragged down by all the misses at doubles that Per Laursen has had. Most of them at tops and tens. You just have no idea when Robinson steps up to the oche whether it's going to be a good visit or a poor one. Whereas Laursen, you're expecting him to just keep on coming at you.
But if Robinson can get himself into position, his finishing has been good today. 4 from 5 so far, but he needs to get there. And I've just dropped my pen. I'm getting so agitated with this.
And Rhys Robinson has just seen a dart drop out of the board, and it might cost him.
65.
Halves his score. 65 scored, leaves 65. Rhys Robinson, 2-ton plus checkouts in this match so far. He will not make it number 3 here. He has already survived the match dart. He may have to survive 1 or 2 more if he's going to stay in the Danish Darts Open.
Perfect first start. 2 bites at tops for Per Laursen. This is a big moment in his career. And on home soil.
And a match.
In the Danish Darts Open, Per Laursen has finally won a match on the European Tour. Beaten by Steve West in the first round here 12 months ago. Beaten by Simon Whitlock in the first round in Holland in 2012. He is finally through to the second round of a European Tour event by overcoming Rhys Robinson in a really tense battle. Robinson will reflect on what might have been because he had his opportunities. His finishing was there, but either side of it, the scoring really let him down at crucial moments.
For
but
Rhys
Per
Robinson
Laursen just plodded his way to glory there, and it's Laursen who goes through to face Johnny Clayton in the second round here in Copenhagen tomorrow.
My Danish is not very good. It's going to be a very short interview if we do that. Per, congratulations. Great performance. That must mean a lot to you playing in front of your home fans.
It's really great to play in Denmark. So thank you to everyone.
Next round is going to be Johnny Clayton. I mean, with those fans behind you, you must fancy your chances there.
I hope it's be full tomorrow and they all keep on me, so that'll be good.
I think you will have all of their support. Congratulations and thank you to Per Laursen. We're now going to have a bit of a longer break, and after this we're going to be back with a match of Cody Harris against